that the complaint may be fatally flawed because of alleged failure in the form, or insufficiency in form. Now, I have previously issued a written statement on the form. I have to remind everyone that the verification used by VACC is the exact same verification used by Congressman Alejano in the impeachment complaint against President Duterte. That was found to be sufficient in form. My point being, it's really up to the members of the Committee on Justice to accept the words and content of the verification in the impeachment complaint. I reiterate, the exact same words were acceptable in the impeachment complaint against President Duterte as filed by Congressman Alejano. I see no reason why we should deviate. In any case, in my written statement, I have summarized the jurisprudence laid down by the Supreme Court, where the insufficiency is in terms of form alone. It can be rectified at any time. I know that the impeachment proceedings are governed primarily by the rules of the House on the rules of impeachment. The very same rules does not prohibit curing an alleged defect on form, because VACC has already submitted a substitute verification containing the words preferred by the members of the Committee of Justice on the second impeachment complaint against Sereno. There is no bar for admitting that substitute verification because it is not prohibited by the House rules. And moreover, the House rules literally provides that if a complaint was found insufficient in form, it can be returned to the complainant so that they can rectify it. Meaning, it is established in the rules of the House itself that insufficiency in form may be rectified, even if an impeachment complaint had already been initiated. But that's all technicalities. As an endorser, I endorsed the complaint of the VACC primarily because it's an issue of transcendental importance. It may have started as an issue of domestic squabble, but clearly the allegations involve issues of national interest, an alleged breach of the Salonga law requiring public officers to file truthful statements of assets, liabilities, and net worth, and an admission by the COMELEC chairman himself that he actually accepted referral fees. This was not disputed. Referral fees from the Divina Law Office, which were paid to the Divina Law Office by Smartmatic, the biggest single largest contractor of the COMELEC. I endorsed it because the Constitution requires that men and women of probity and integrity should man the COMELEC so we can have credible elections. And we have documents proving that the Chairman Commission does not possess the integrity and probity required of a chairman of the COMELEC. Mrs. Bautista is here for the first time, and I will let her speak to explain her presence.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. I have a statement that I'd like to read. I stand by the statements contained in my sworn affidavit to the NBI regarding Chairman Bautista. His case is now in the hands of the Justice Committee in Congress. My role as a private citizen is to simply speak the truth and show the evidence at hand. Let us allow the investigation to take its course unimpeded by any attempts to whitewash the truth. Thank you.
Joining us also is the legal counsel of Mrs. Bautista, Lorna Hapunan.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Hapon na pala. We were very concerned because this morning, as we were listening to a popular commentator on TV, there was a statement made. I did not hear it personally, but it was relayed to us that the Justice Committee is inclined to view the impeachment complaint as dismissible. And our concern here is, although we did not have a hand, hindi po namin kilala personally si Congressman Jing at ang VACC committee, but there are two charges in the impeachment complaint which Patricia Bautista here is endorsing fully because it is based in her affidavit. Meron pong portion yung impeachment complaint that she has no personal knowledge of. What she is doing now here, as Congressman Harry said, is to attest to the truth of all the allegations in her own personal affidavit on which 2 charges are founded. Yung charge po ng statement of assets and liabilities, where the chairman only disclosed 176 million. In her personal affidavits, which she will attest to before you and formally in front of the Justice Committee tomorrow, if given the opportunity, she will attest to the fact that she personally has knowledge of at least 1.3 billion, 1.2 billion in undeclared assets or undeclared wealth in the SALN. She will also attest to the fact, and she will confirm it now, that she has not signed any SALN submitted by the chairman himself except for one, a SALN when he started as COMELEC. So, number 2, she will also attest to the truth of the commissions or referral fees being paid to Divina Law. We also have a list of other lawyers involved, and I'd like to announce also that it is not only Divina Law involved in this conspiracy, but another election lawyer whose name is Attorney Howie Calleja. And this will be attested to if given the opportunity. It is our faith and belief that the Justice Committee and the learned congressman here will stand for what the committee stands for, which is justice. And to preempt or to answer any question of lack of personal knowledge, Patricia Bautista here, on which 2 counts of the impeachment complaint are based on, the SALN and the complaint against Divina Law for referral fees, which is really against his duty as a public official, will be personally attested to. And we would like to thank Congressman Harry for giving us this opportunity to talk to the press. We hope the media will join us in our fight to come out with the truth. As we speak, the National Bureau of Investigation is continuing its verification based on more documents that they have unearthed. We are not at liberty to disclose. The NBI will disclose soon. But we have also, from our own very sources, that apart from the anomalies committed in the Commission on Elections, there are likewise anomalies committed in the PCGG when Chairman Andy Bautista was chairman thereon. And sadly, as we face September 21, which is in commemoration of martial law days, this points to use of the funds for martial law victims that should be used for them. They have also been misused or misappropriated by Chairman Bautista. The reason we mention it is September 21 has been declared as memory of martial law victims. Unfortunately, they will not be receiving the funds because Andy Bautista has already misappropriated or dealt with the funds in the way that, in a fashion that NBI, I'm sure, will show. Also, many have asked, and Patricia cannot answer this. I will answer it for herself because there is an allegation that even the mother is not on her side. In due time, we will be presenting evidence in the impeachment court that the mother of Patricia and Andy Bautista and Smartmatic and Divina Law are all in complicity. We will be presenting evidence that precisely the meetings to plan this plunder has been done in the house of the mother of Patricia Bautista. With that, maraming salamat, Kong Harry, and with you, we're hoping that the Justice Committee will do what it is tasked to do, to give justice to this complaint. Thank you. We will leave it to the learned Congressman Harry to argue on what the House rules are. This is why we have brought here Patricia, even if she had no hand in the initial impeachment charges. Certainly, she is attesting to the fact that two, and we have no personal knowledge of the other charges on involving the Marcoses. She does not know any of them. What she will attest to is her own personal affidavit being used and attached to the complaint. The NBI also, if given the chance, they have been asked, I understand, to bring the originals. All the originals here are with the NBI, and I'm sure the Justice Committee, which knows what to do, will summon the originals in due course. As to whether we will survive the first round, we leave it to Congressman Harry and to the two other congressmen. Thank you for endorsing the complaint, Congressman Tolentino and Congressman Gwen Garcia. We will not be there. Hopefully, we will be there to present evidence in the impeachment court. But if this does not survive the first round, then it. She is going to testify for the truth.
Sorry, yes, in answer to your question, as Lorna was saying, that yes, I am here to attest to the truth and to the validity of my affidavit.